Good morning, you guys. It is August 25th. We got God calling, exhaustion, got it inside House of the Spirits. Hope you guys are having a great day today. Let's see what God has to say about exhaustion on this fine day. We seek thee as thou hast told us, and seeking you shall find. None ever sought my presence in vain. None ever sought my help in vain. God's saying that if you literally go and seek him out, if you take that first step, if you take that initiative to go look for Jesus, it will never bear no fruit. It'll never fail you. It'll never fail you. You'll only benefit from it, which is so amazing. Like if everyone in the world heard that, if everyone in the world knew that, just by the very act of seeking out God and wanting a close relationship with him, even if you don't believe in him, even if you're saying, okay, let me see what this guy's all about, right? That in and of itself, just that action, just that thoughts will improve your lives, will benefit you, will bring you up in the world, right? A breath of desire in my spirit is there to replenish and renew. Sometimes weariness and exhaustion are not signs of lack of spirit, but of the guiding of the Spirit. Guys, sometimes you just gotta let Jesus take the wheel. Sometimes you're gonna be up late driving the car, and you're relying on your own power, but sometimes you gotta give it up to God, right? Let God take that wheel, let God take over, let God drive you, right? God's going to give you that breath of fresh air. He's going to give you that replenishment, right? Or sometimes he will give you the exhaustion. Sometimes the exhaustion comes just from maintaining that relationship, maintaining what you need to maintain, right? It depends. So you gotta pray, whatever your situation is. If you're tired, maybe you're tired for a purpose. Maybe you're tired because God is trying to guide you in a certain direction, right? Or maybe you're tired because you have not gone to God and gotten that renewal, right? Many wonderful things would not have happened but for the physical weariness, the mind weariness of my servants, which made the resting apart, the giving up of work a necessity. So when God's saying when his disciples were tired, right, it would cause them and lead them into certain frames of mind and certain things that they would do, right? And these things would bear so much fruit. So you should never question God, right? The giving up of work, a necessity. If you're more tired, if you're weary, guys, you're going to give up things that don't matter as much, right? If you're tired and you don't have the mental fortitude to do all these different things, right, then you're just going to stick to the most important thing, and that would be God, right? So there's a reason for this. Though my way may seem a narrow way, it yet leads to life, abundant life. Follow it. It is not so narrow, but that I can tread it beside you. So God's saying we might look at this as limiting and narrowing, right? Sometimes we're going to be tired. Sometimes we're going to be exhausted. But as long as we just come to God, that will be cured within us. Or God will just maintain that for us and support us and be beside us, right? And that might be really limiting in our mind, right? Oh, like, so we have to go to God. We have to go to God. That's a must. We need to. Right? That's the only way to get through this life in a positive way, in a spiritual way, in a loving way. That's the only way to get better, right? We have to go to God. We can see it as limiting, but God's saying that as long as he has beside us, it's like not limiting out. Why would you feel limited by having the God, the King of Kings, next to you? By having the God, King of Kings, in your corner, right? Never too lonely with such companionship. A comrade infinitely tender, infinitely strong, will tread the way with you. Exactly what I just said. Guys, God is literally telling us what we need to do. There's only one thing we need to do, only one thing. And to us, to humans, right? To man, that might be like, okay, only one thing. We want variety. We want multiple options. We want plan B, plan C, plan D. You don't need plan B, plan C, plan D when you have God, right? It's that simple. So God makes it very simple for us. He says there's this one way to do it, right? He makes it thinking that it'd be simple, thinking we'd be like, okay, thank you for making it so easy, right? It's like building Legos, right? There's a book, and you just follow step by step. You follow step by step. But for us, no, we're complicated. We don't want that. We don't want that easiness. Got it even said, House of the Spirit, lest perhaps you should let them slip. Hold fast that thou hast. Each truth learned has to be cemented to your being by obedience. So we just learned these truths, right? These truths about exhaustion, these truths about God, these truths about coming in, these truths about having God in your corner, about having a comrade that's infinitely tender, infinitely strong, and that will tread the way with you, right? But these things only really are going to apply and hold fast into your mind if you're obedient, if you do come to God and you do start listening, right? If you hear these things that we just talked about, and then you click off the video, go on with your day, don't really apply it into your life, don't create action, you're not obedient in what God is saying to you, then it's never going to stick, right? It's not going to actually impact you. You're aware of it, right? But you're not conscious of it, if that makes sense. You know it's there, but you're not acknowledging that it's there. And it just in that vein, the Spirit, it's gonna be hard for the Spirit to answer you. Your soul character is like a building. It is a building, the temple in which the God Spirit can make a home. Bricks laying on the ground separate are useless. Placed together, united, they form a building. So obedience is the mortar by which truths are retained and become a part of the being. Truths which would otherwise be lost. So every truth I give you must be lived out. Guys, You got to build this house, right? Like what I just said, right? If you are aware of these things, right? It's like God giving you the bricks, right? God giving you the building material. As he said, I'm quoting God here, all right? That's God giving you the building material. He's giving you these bricks. He's giving you everything that you need, every single thing that you need, right? And what you're doing with that, you're taking it, you're looking at it, oh, that's nice, and you're just putting it on the ground. And the next one, you're taking it, you're looking at it, oh, that's nice, and you're just putting it on the ground. But God's saying that you need to be obedient. You need to be proactive, right? You need to take that and look at it and say, how can I apply this? How can I use this? Where does this fit? Boom, place it down. How does this fit? Boom, place it down. You start stacking, building, and then eventually, guys, your spirit will be so strong. Your house will be so strong. Everything about you, your relationship with the Lord, your life, your comfort level, your everything, it's going to be so strong. Bricks lying on the ground separate are useless. Placed together, united, they form a building. So obedience is the mortar by which truths are retained and become a part of the being. Truths which would otherwise be lost. I'm sorry you guys got to hear this, guys, but you cannot have a stable, amazing relationship with God, with the Lord. You cannot be the person God made you to be if you are not obedient. It's that simple, right? We are not our own. We are the Lord's. Get that through your head. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys learned something August 25th. And with that, I will say amen.